So let's have a look at magnetic marketing. We need to understand there's essentially two ways to market ourselves online. One is broadcast marketing, and the other is search engine marketing, or magnetic marketing as I like to call it. But let's have a look at broadcast marketing. What broadcast marketing does is this. It says, if I put my stuff out in front of as many people as possible, a significant proportion of that number of people will buy my product and I will justify my marketing expense. So that works great for Coca-Cola and iPhone, who've got a massive brand presence, and all they have to do is remind you to go and buy a can of cola, or to remind you to go and buy their latest iPad or latest iPhone. Works for them. Doesn't work very well for small business. What works much better, and in fact is a much more superior method of marketing, is search engine based marketing. And the way it works is like this. Bob, and if you haven't checked out my Marketing to Bob video on YouTube, go and check that out. Bob has a problem, he wants to solve it. So he goes online, he uses a search engine to try and solve that problem. You put yourself in that search engine and you anticipate Bob's action, and then when Bob searches, he finds you and you can sell your product and services. And that's essentially search engine based marketing. Now the difference between the two is this: broadcast marketing, completely cold audience; magnetic marketing, a very warm audience. And what you're doing now is you're just focusing on capturing Bob's attention. Much easier way to market. Now, what you have to understand is search engines are your friends. Now, a lot of people don't understand what sites are actually search engines sometimes. This is really interesting. Let me give you some example. Google's a search engine, that's obvious. YouTube's a search engine, great place to put educational content out there. And guys, one of the things I want to mention here is that educational content that solves someone's problem and educates them, is the best type of content, because that's the content they're going to be engaged in. So search engines are your friends. Here's some other search engines that are not immediately obvious. Amazon, eBay. If you're an online course creator, Udemy. These are search engines where you can place your product and your content, and people are actively searching for your stuff. So now you've got a warm audience coming to you. You're not trying to persuade someone who has no interest. You're actually trying to solve someone's problem, and you position yourself in search as the expert. And the way it works is this. So we can put a piece of content out. We can create a YouTube video. I see people doing this all the time. And it doesn't have to be YouTube, guys. It can be a blog. It can be a podcast. It works all. Whenever someone's searching, this is going to work. So iTunes, podcast, people searching, same principle. So what some people do is, like, I'm going to do some YouTube marketing. I'm going to do some blog marketing. They do it for 2 or 3 months. They get bored and they don't do it anymore. And what you have to understand about that is the biggest issue why people fail with search engine marketing. They're not diligent and they're not consistent. So bees and flowers. Let me give you an example. If you take one flower and you plant it in a field, 1 bee is going to come. 3 flowers, 3 bees. 10 flowers, 10 bees. 100 flowers, 1,000 flowers. Hope you see the point. The more bees you're going to get. So when it comes to educational marketing, this has been called content marketing in the past. I like to make a differential on that one. I think educational marketing is stronger, but content marketing is just as legitimate if someone is searching for that content. When you create all of this content, you're essentially creating a path, a marketing funnel back to your business. And you have to plant the right flowers. And this is where it gets really powerful and interesting. Say you want to be a photography expert and you want people to buy your photography products or maybe your photography training. It works both ways. You could do a piece of content on this particular camera lens, and another one on this lens, and another one on this lens. And then what happens is you plant the right flowers, people will come. But here's the interesting thing. In terms of Google and search engines looking at you, you're not competing for one keyword or one phrase, you're starting to compete for all these different keywords within your subject area. And that's when you start creating all of these different paths that the bees can come and find you on. And that's really important to understand, and it's extremely powerful when you just commit to a 12 to 18 month marketing campaign where you're going to create a piece of content every week. And I know a few people go, whoa, every week? I don't have time. Every week, guys. You might get away with one a month, but at the end of the year, you only have 12 flowers. If you've got one a week, at the end of a year, you've got 52 flowers. And then the following year, you've got another 52 flowers. And the beauty of it is, when you create a piece of educational marketing content, that goes out there, and that works for you 24 hours a day while you're sleeping, while you're doing something else, that content is marketing. You're creating these little marketing soldiers that go out there, and when someone's coming along, they find it and they come back to you. And the more, if you just keep adding a new piece of content every week, and you have to get your content production down, you have to simplify everything as much as possible, you have to become professional in your marketing. When I say professional, I mean professionally consistent and quality consistent for your audience needs. When you do that, it gets really exciting because you start compounding over time. So at the beginning, you'll put the first 10 videos out and you'll have 10, 20 views on each one, and you'll be looking, oh, that's not very good. But over time, at the end of a year, if you're getting 10 views a week on a video, at the end of the year, that video now has 520 views. Now Google's going to lift that higher in search because it's had 520 views. Because it's higher in search, more people will find it. Then you're going to get another boost, and another boost. And this is the way it works. But if you're consistent, and then as you produce new content, it links to the other content, people will be able to consume, and you'll create this really exciting, powerful, exponential growth in interest in your videos, in your blog posts, in your podcasts, whichever type of marketing you use. And in 12 to 18 months, you'll have a marketing strategy in place that's awesome. And the secret between those that succeed and those that don't is that diligence, guys. Is the ones that commit to 12 to 18 months of communicating their expertise, of helping people, they're the ones that succeed in the long run. Not the people that rush out, do it for a month and give up because they're bored or they're not getting the results. And the other thing then is you start being able to do content launching. So your content launch gets stronger every time. And I've got a great video on this. Go and check that out on how to boost a YouTube video. Same principle applies to any type of content. And essentially what happens is you start off with 10 followers. At the end of a month, you might have 100 followers that you can share your content to on social media, your newsletter. And then the next month, it might be 500 people across all your platforms. And you can share it out there. And then after 6 months, it might be 10,000 people. And every time you release a new piece of content, you let everybody know at once. And what happens is they all jump onto your content, view it, gets lifted in the search engines, and now it's placed in front of people that are actually searching. So you've got to do the due diligence. You've got to get all that stuff in place. And if you do that, then search engine-based marketing or magnetic marketing will help you explode the growth of your business. But it won't necessarily happen in the first few months. All of a sudden, something will trigger, boom, and it will take off. As long as you're being useful, relevant, planting the right flowers, and putting it on the right search engines and optimizing it correctly. This is a very, very powerful and exciting way to market yourself, guys. So I just want to thank you for watching. So make sure you subscribe on YouTube over here. Quick tip, just subscribe, switch notifications on for this channel, and you'll get a notification and you won't miss a video. Also got some free stuff over here, so go and check that out. So if you want some free training, or you want to join the online entrepreneurs community and develop your business, go over there and find that. Social media marketing, YouTube marketing, course creation, lots of different stuff going on over there. So go and check that free stuff out. And of course, we've also got our premium courses over there. They're not expensive. They start at $20. They're going to higher than $50. And little tip for you, if you sign up to the Online Entrepreneurs newsletter, which you'll find over here, you're going to get 25% off. So Thank you for watching. I look forward to catching up with you in another YouTube video.